on the same playing field? Can you survive in your marriage if fitness is your number one objective? If getting healthy is your number one objective and your partner is not? What if your partner just goes against the grain, does whatever they want to do, but you're super laser focused on your meals, your fitness, your workouts, your recovery, your sleep, and they are not? Can your marriage survive that? Well, today, guys, we're going to get into that. So I got a little story for you guys. So let's pull up, pay attention, put your comments in the comment section. All right. Now, I have this guy. He wrote into me. He said, Mark, listen, I've been married for 16 years. We have 2 beautiful kids. We've had a great marriage. Right. Things have been pretty good the entire time because we've been on the same level. A year ago, he starts to take his health seriously and says, you know what? I need to be better. My blood markers are terrible. I'm always out of breath. I suffer from sleep apnea. I got to make some changes. So he does just that. He walks every day. He meal preps. He goes to the gym several times a week. He has a bedtime. He has a morning routine. Throughout all this and being super consistent and dialed in, he's lost 70 pounds. He feels amazing. He said, my clothes fit better. I look better in the mirror. I have so much more energy. People are drawn to me now. My social life seems to be a lot better. Except for one thing. My wife didn't get on the health journey with me. I tried to pull her with me a bunch of times, tried to get her to work out with me, walk with me, meal prep, eat what I'm eating. Instead, it's almost like she went the other way. So now they've been arguing on weekends because she wants to sit around, get takeout, watch TV shows and movies. He wants to go on a hike. He wants to meal prep. He wants to go to the market and get fresh food. He wants to start a garden out back. And she says he's silly. He'll never grow food. He doesn't know anything about being a gardener. She laughs at him when he denies desserts and candies and going to the movies. He brings his own snacks. It's coming between them. He says their sex life has failed or is failing. They don't go on dates like they used to. They have different interests and their schedules don't even align, especially their bedtimes. So we know what happens when your bedtimes don't align. So because of that, he's trying to figure out how he can merge the two and save his marriage because he really loves his wife. He loves his wife more than anything. And he wants to be with his wife and have a long-lasting life with his wife. But he doesn't feel like he can do that and be healthy at the same time. So he's asking for advice on what he should do to bring her to his side, to bring her into his lifestyle, that they can live this healthy lifestyle together and be happy for a long time to come. So in the comments, I need you guys to tell me what you think about this. Have you gone through this before? Could you see yourself going through this? Is this something that you've seen with your friend group, within your friend group? Have people talked about going through things like this before, and has it happened? And how did they fix it? How did they fix it? Now, before you give advice on how he should fix it, how do you hear other people have fixed it before? What have they done? What has worked? What hasn't worked, right? So we're going to get into it today, guys. Y'all know how I do. Now, I always want to start these lunchtime logics by allowing you to know, if it is your first time, this is lunchtime logic. We get lunch together, okay? That's why it's alive. Most of you are on some type of lunch break right now. We get lunch together. We eat together, right? And the main thing is because obviously we're on our health and fitness journey, but guys, we don't have to starve ourselves, right? That's why I like to eat. I also like to share with you guys what I eat because a lot of times you think that us influencers don't eat real food, right? You think that we're on these extreme diets and that we don't eat the same type of foods that you eat, and that's not true. But today, cup of rice, okay? Started out with a cup of rice. I have a cup of mixed vegetables. That's peas, green beans, and a little bit of black beans. Also have 5 ounces of cooked salmon. And what else do I have? 5 ounces of grilled chicken. That's what's in my bowl today, all right? So pull up. Make sure that you're ready to comment, guys. I love engagement. So when you come in, just make sure you engage. Share your thoughts. Share your feelings. No thoughts or feelings are wrong. Let's be respectful to the person that's looking for advice. And let's be clear about something. We all need help. So, guys, I come on here to give advice to the man that wrote in. But you may be suffering from some of the same things in different areas. Then also, I'm blessed to be someone who can bring advice across to others, right? But I'm not the only person who can. So when you give advice in the comments, right? When you give certain strategies that you use to get better in certain areas, that also helps the person that's listening and the other people that are watching. So that's why, as a group, we just come together and give advice, man. It helps us all out. And this transformation journey, man, is tough. It's tough. It's not easy, okay? So, bro, let me holler at you real quick. Now, you didn't add your name, so I just call you bro, all right? Married for 16 years. That's very important. 2 kids. I think that when we're in relationships, we don't realize the time that has elapsed, right, since we've known a person. So if we've known a person for 16 years, they've gotten used to the person that we were for 16 years. If we change, that person is comfortable with the other version. Even though that version was worse, they're comfortable with that other version. That's who they fell in love with. That's who they love. Okay? And we automatically think, oh, a better version would be better. She's going to love that version more. They're going to appreciate that version more because I'm better. That's not how it goes all the time. Because as human beings, we get comfortable with that version. So the version of you that was sitting around on Saturday nights, drinking soda, eating popcorn, right? Chili cheese dogs, huh? Loaded potato skins. Eating a bag of Doritos for no reason, bro. Just no reason. It's 3 o'clock on a Sunday, man. You just feel like Doritos. And you just house the whole bag, right? That's what your wife fell in love with. And although we know that wasn't the best version of you, that's what she got accustomed to. That's what she got used to. That's the man she lays beside, okay? You have children. You have a family. So, you know, in so many cases, man, I'm a firm believer that most people in family structures take the lead of the man, okay? So if the man reads his Bible every night, the kids will follow suit. If the man works on cars, there's a good chance one of his kids will become a mechanic. If a man loves music and he loves to dance, it's a good chance he and his wife will take dance classes. You understand? If you were living an unhealthy life for years, and guys, it's crazy when we start to look back on how long we lived unhealthy. And sometimes, man, it's alarming, right? Because you're like, how on earth did I allow myself to live that unhealthy for that long? And if you think about that, let's say your wife is 40, bro. For half of her life and all of your children's lives, they knew the unhealthy version of you. Unhealthy version. 365 days, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So because you weren't healthy all the time, they noticed your mood, your sleep habits, the way you walked, the way you talked, how lethargic you might have been when you fell asleep, when you woke up, all the things. They got used to you. And what we see is in relationships is that people grow very comfortable and they find safety with that person, right? And then they become that. So because you're the leader of your household, they now have also probably adopted a lot of bad habits. A lot of them, bro. So your wife now, for 16 years, she has developed a lot of bad habits and she enjoys them. Like we all have at some point. Let's be clear about that. Because we all like Doritos, homie. I love them just like you do. It's just I'm able to stay away from them, right? That's the only difference. So it's understanding. I'm just trying to help you understand where she's at. Okay? There's also a security in being on the same level. A security with being on the same level. You ever drive through a city, bro, and you see a homeless man, a homeless woman, and they're obviously a couple? And I'm not telling you they always look happy, but they are together. And you might drive by them a year from now and they're still together. And that seems wild, right? But guess what? He's not leaving her, she's not leaving him, and they both know it. They both know it. Security. There's something to be said, right? Because we're both on the same level. So I'm gonna stay where he's at, and as long as he stays where he's at, we'll always have common ground. So she got very comfortable with the person that you had become. And then she became a helpmate to that guy. So now you want to make changes because, bro, I commend you for the weight that you've lost. 70 pounds. That's amazing. Right? But if you had 70 pounds to lose, which you didn't even say that's your goal weight. What's crazy is when we start out, we normally have this number in our head. Then we get close to the number and realize we got a lot more work to do, right? We all been there. I don't even know if 70 is your goal. 70 is probably not your goal. But what I will say is what you've done to get there, right? What you've done to get there changed you as a man. Not only did it change you, the problems that you were experiencing before the 70 pounds were probably severe. Whether it be having trouble tying your shoes, issues with climbing stairs, problems in the bedroom. Lord have mercy. A lot of things you were going through. I already know one day you said, oh yeah, I can't do this no more. I got to try something, right? I say each 30 pounds, bro, you become a different person. And I don't care what shape you are in, meaning you could be someone that's in excellence. You ever see an athlete? You ever see an athlete? Recently, Luka Doncic plays for the Los Angeles Lakers. He was already one of the best players in the world. In the world. Now, he ended up losing, I think it was like 50, let's just say. He is a new person. I think anytime I don't care where you're starting at, you could be one of the elites of the world. You turn into a different person, not just because of the weight, not because of the number on the scale, but because of what you have to do to get there. You have to change so many things. Mindset first, how you look at life, relationships, you just become a different person. So you became a different person in this process. And you are a much better version. One of the things I see with many people that have your issue, fam, is that partner you have isn't very comfortable dating this person. And I know what you're saying, no, Mark. I'm the same guy. I'm the same guy. I haven't changed that much. I still like action movies. I still like to do certain things. Yeah, bro. But again, your habits have changed. You said you walk daily, which means once or twice a day. Now you're meal prepping. You weren't meal prepping before. Now you're going to the gym 2-3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5 times a week. You're talking about the gym after the gym. Your conversations have changed. The way you used to look at a Saturday morning has changed. Because if you're anything like me, you woke up a lot of times on Saturday morning with a slight hangover. Right? You stayed up late. You might have woke up in a foul mood just because you didn't like what happened that night. Just could have been that. So many times, now you're waking up in a much better mood. You're waking up earlier. You're waking up with zest. I'm going on a hike. Everything's different. It's a good chance your wife doesn't feel comfortable dating this guy. Not that she doesn't like this guy, But for 16 years, she dated a different individual. And we have to think about that, bro, because if we had to change and date someone different, it would be different. Now, I believe you became a better version of yourself all the way across the board. You lost 70 pounds, brother. Let me tell you something. You're performing in the bedroom like you haven't been in years. Years. You lost 70 pounds, brother. You're shopping at different stores now. Oh, yeah. You're wearing different footwear. You're changing out your socks more often. You're getting your hair cut a little different. I know what it feels like. Trying new hairstyles. You might put some color in your hair. You're paying attention to your hygiene a little. You're buying different colognes. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. Again, you done change two different people now. Like I said, every 30 pounds, you're a different person. So not only is your wife not used to this guy, she's a little insecure about this guy because, like you said, she hasn't made the changes that you've made. So now, in her mind, does he like me like I like him? I don't eat healthy. Does he like the girls that eat healthy at the gym? I don't walk every day. Does he not like me because I don't walk? And bro, I gotta tell you, women have Lifetime movies going on in their head. Trust me. It's the wildest little scenes play out in their head. When they ever tell you what they're scared of, you looking at them like, hey, yo, why would you think that? Because that's what goes on in their head, bro. That's why a lot of them make great authors. Because the stories they come up with, wow. So she's thinking about all the things that she's probably feeling, or the things that you look at her, like that you see as failures in her now. She's insecure. And she's just like anyone else, because although she thought you were valuable before, your value went up. Whatever you were worth before, she knows in the marketplace you're worth more now. You're more attractive now. 70 pounds ago, bro, I just got to be honest with you, she wasn't worried about you taking your shirt off. No, sir. Now, it's a problem. She's also seeing in the future, because one of the things that women have, I think, is the ability to see our potential. Okay, when you have a woman that truly loves you and can truly see the good in you, bro, that's why they're able to push you to higher heights, because they innately see your potential. I like to say a lot of times women marry based off potential. And whether it goes right or goes wrong, that is a sense that they have. He's going to be great at this. Okay? So she also sees where you're going to be in with the next 40 pounds or the next 2 years you keep going. Super scary. Because she doesn't know what her place is going to be and or who's going to enter into you guys' life. And I know what you're going to say to me, brother. You sound like every other client I have. You're going to say, but Mark, I don't cheat on her though. I'm faithful. Yes, Lord. You faithful. And I ain't saying you not. What she knows is, one thing a woman never misses is how much other women pay attention to you. Bro, you ever be somewhere with your lady and y'all be in the spot or y'all leave and she's like, you didn't notice that redhead looking at you? And you like, what redhead, bro? The redhead girl over there with the red dress. And you like, I didn't see a redhead or a red dress. I didn't see the color red. You just ain't paying attention to it. She does not miss the competition, brother. Okay? So what she's thinking about is all the women who now would love to have you. Who didn't care nothing about you before. I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. I'm gonna be honest with you, baby. They ain't care nothing about you. Or at least that's what she think, right? So that breeds insecurity. And if insecurity, we have to be honest with ourselves about insecurity. Every human being has a certain level of insecurity. And so the better we feel about ourselves, right, the more secure we feel about our partner's interest. So as we're going along in this journey, you're getting better, and she looks at herself like she's getting worse. You're now an 8 on a scale of 10. 1 to 10, she thinks she done went back to a 4, right? Now, you talked about the fact that you try to bring her along. Mark, I've asked her to go on walks with me. I've asked her to come to the gym with me. I've bought her workout clothes. I asked her to meal prep with me. I really want her involved in this transformation journey because it would be so much better with my wife involved. And bro, I get that. And yo, I am telling you what I know. When people come to me and say they're having relationship issues, my first question is, how healthy are both of you? Let's just start there. Because I'm telling you, if both of y'all at your worst, your relationship can't be at its best. You think it's at its best. I see happy fat people all the time, bro. They look happy than a bitch. The problem is they don't know how much better life would be if they were both healthy. It's not saying life sucks now. It just would be 10 times better if they were healthy. With you guys right now, you're knowing that life would be better together, healthy, because you got healthy. And you know your life is better. She hasn't gotten healthy yet. So she doesn't realize how much it's going to enhance your connection, if nothing else. Because if you ever notice, we can be connected with somebody at the gym. We don't even know their name. We just see them all the time. You take a HIIT class with somebody, a spin class. You don't have to know them. Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, how you doing, baby? See somebody 2-3 times a week. The only connection y'all have is, oh, he goes hard and I go hard. He's getting better, I'm getting better. That's all we need to know. Ultimate amount of respect. She doesn't know that yet, okay? She doesn't feel that. So now you guys are becoming you misaligned, right? There's a misalignment. And I get it, you've been trying. So what you're saying is, bro, I've been trying to get her to walk with me. I've been trying to get her to eat better. I've been trying to get her to stop eating the desserts. Dial back on the alcohol. Do all the things. And bro, I commend you for that. I commend you for that. That takes a real individual, man, not just a man, but a real individual to stick by their partner's side, you know, instead of just allowing things to become more separate. So I got some good and bad news for you. If they want to, they will. Sir, if they want to, they will. If you ever go to the gym and notice, you should notice, there are people in there that are in way worse shape than you. Maybe way bigger, maybe way older, right? Have had injuries, health issues, and somehow they make it through those doors because they want to. And in this case, bro, if your wife wanted to, if she wanted to that bad, she would. I gotta be honest with you, fam, because you'll spend a bunch of time trying to figure out what you can do to make her get on this trail with you. When, if you look over her life or over her daily regimen or weekly regimen, she does what she wants. She does what she wants. Even when it comes to taking care of the kids, bro. She does what she wants, which is, it's in a woman's nature to take care of her own children. But she shows up for them every morning because she wants to, okay? So I just got to be honest with you, bro. When she finally wants to bad enough, she's going to hop right on your program. It's going to be smooth. Oh, bro, it's going to be so smooth. The problem is it's like trying to get your kid to realize that they should take their schoolwork serious, or that they should take their discipline a little bit more serious, or what have you, right? The sport they play. You can't want it more than them. You can't. You can give them an example. You can show them the blueprint. You can't want it more than them, okay? Now, what do you do about that? Because you have to understand that it's not that she doesn't want you. It's not that she doesn't want the relationship. Nobody's with you for 16 years, bro, and they don't want the relationship to work. But she has to want better for herself, okay? And sometimes people wait until they have a health scare. They wait until they look horrible. They have this aha moment, or this moment in time where it's like, oh, I'm nowhere near where I want to be. I have to make a change, right? You can't be the person that makes them have that moment. They have to have it for themselves. So it's commendable that you've been trying to get her to do all these things, but she's not going to do them until she truly wants to. So what can you do? Because we never talk about problems without talking about a solution. I think you guys have had plenty of conversation, and you've shown her what she should be doing, and you guys have had disagreements about it. But it's time for you to get her away from all distractions. Take a walk, perhaps, leave your phones at home, and you have a serious talk with her. And you tell her all the reasons why you want her to be healthy. And tell her all the things that is done for you. Because although she was there, she still may not know. Also, you give her all of your fears. Hey, honey, I'm fearful that at some point you're going to become ill, like at some point, right? Of just something. I'm fearful that you're going to put on weight and not feel good about yourself. I'm fearful that you're not going to want to connect with me sexually, right? And I want to have sex and you don't want to. That's going to cause a divide with us. I fear that you're not going to like what you look like in your clothes, and you're not going to want to go places that I want to go. And therefore, again, we're losing our connection. I think there's nothing wrong with, as a man, saying what we're fearful about, right, in our relationship. But I think by the end of the conversation, bro, you have to be honest and say, listen, if we go 3-4 more years of this, we're probably not going to make it. That's what we would say to our children. We would say, if you don't do your schoolwork, you're going to flunk out of school. If you don't go to practice, if you don't go hard, if you don't work out outside of the game that you play, you're not going to get selected for the team anymore. That's what we would say. And it's a real thing, bro. It's a real thing. When people grow apart, that means they're not growing together. That's it. You have to stress that and let her know that is the last thing I want to happen. But eventually it will. Because you're going to feel safer with a version of me that no longer exists. So you are probably going to venture to find someone in that same. Do you know how many times, bro, people break up and the partner gets with a lesser version of the partner they had? It's because they feel more comfortable with that type of person. It happens all the time. You have to express to her that you know that is possible and that it probably will happen. And that you will also be drawn to a better version of a female. Both of you are going to end up in a relationship at some point. So, do you want to stay together and be in a relationship, or you just want to be apart and be in a relationship? And when you break it down like that and say, listen, I am with you every step of the way. I want you to join me on this. But I can't make you. So if you're not doing it for any other reason, just do it for me. Because, bro, guess what? A lot of people don't see the urgency in themselves to do it yet. That's why people say, oh, I'm getting in shape for this wedding that I'm in. Oh, I'm getting in shape because my daughter's 30th birthday is coming up and we're having a cruise. A lot of people don't see the importance of doing it for themselves. So they have to have an external reason. And just let you be the external reason. Just say, listen, just say it's because I want to save my marriage. I want to save my marriage. Now, bro, I don't know if it's going to work or not. I'm be honest with you, because this problem comes up so much. What I do think is that if you guys go long enough and you're going over here to get to your healthiest self, and she's going over here to continue to be unhealthy, because that's what ends up happening, right? There's no in the middle. There's no in the middle. You get past a certain age, bro, it's no in the middle. You guys will end up at opposite ends of the earth, and it will be hard to come back. So I feel as though you give it 100%, but be realistic in your mind and just know if she doesn't get on this train soon, it is going to leave the station, bro. And she's going to be sitting back there, and you're going to be 100 miles down the road. So wrap your mind around that. And when people say don't stop fighting for your relationship, I'm a believer, right? But I also don't feel like we should have to fight. Relationships aren't supposed to be a struggle, fam. Nah, that's not what we got into it for. I think the struggle should be getting to the gym. The fight should be getting through this HIIT class. The struggle should be meal prepping when you want to eat Doritos, right? The fight shouldn't be trying to encourage somebody to come walk with you after dinner. Because in marriages, bro, we know so many of the things that we do with our partner are for our partner. And so if this person can't do it just for you, what's next? What's next? So, bro, you try your hardest. You have a serious conversation and let her know if we don't get aligned and start going in the same direction, we will have an expiration date. We will have an expiration date. And that's just how that go. All right. Now, good talk, guys. Put your comments and even your questions or your advice in the comment section, guys. A lot of times when these people write in and I go live about it, they come back and they watch it if they're not watching it live. So just be sure that you understand how important it is for you to weigh in, because your advice is just as good as mine. All right. And a lot of you guys have gone through this situation where maybe I didn't go through it. I just talked to some people who went through it, right? But you just might have some different scenarios and different ways that you were able to curate a balance within your marriage. Okay. So if you're someone like this gentleman and you're having problems, right? And you may need a coach to coach you and your wife, or you need a coach to coach your wife to get her up to speed to where you are, or you need a coach as a couple, someone that can have you guys, because that third voice a lot of times makes a huge difference. If that's the case, hit the link in the bio, guys. We'll get on a free consultation. That is a free consultation. There's no fee for it. And we'll just figure out if I'm the right coach for you guys, and if I can help you get to the same level in your transformation journey that will keep you guys aligned. Because that third voice a lot of times it puts the harmony in the two voices, right? So click the link in the bio, sign up for a free consultation, guys. It costs you nothing, all right? Spend a couple minutes talking to me, and we'll try to figure it out. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in with me. This is Lunchtime Logic. This is your guy, Coach Mark. And guess what's good about this? I'll see you tomorrow.